Hey, so what's good, YouTube? Welcome to the channel. It's your girl Natasha Nisha. Happy Friday again, and this one is a bit of a check-in, a mental health check-in. Also, so like how I spoke on. If you've been following the channel, you know that I took a break from social media for like just over a week, and that was so good for me. But then on the other side, I was just like focusing on my Bible, my spiritual growth, like so that's all good and what have you. But then the problem came in for me unexpectedly is that because like I'm staying alone, I don't have no support here, and also it's like no friends, no family. You know the life of a chosen one. I don't know, maybe you guys are better if you have some family with you, but yeah, it's not the case for me. So social media is a way of connecting for me, like to get connection. And with the fact that I was abstaining now, like staying away from social media for the week, I found that I slipped into a depression, like I felt really down, but I didn't notice it like only after the fact. I can see it. Like it's like I stopped even wanting to clean or the self care. I stopped with cooking or even like caring about, like just my physical and what have you. I hadn't been out much, like so yeah. And prior, I have experienced like, or whatever you want to say, of depression, suffering depression as a child, like growing up in my youth, teens. But I have overcome that. So, you know, so I was feeling a good say, but saying all this to say, like, it like crept up on me. I think it's some of the childhood programming, like yeah, one moment I was fine, and in the next, I just saw that like this is where I am, and I was like almost stuck. I couldn't bounce back, like kind of a thing. So I think like for like two two days or so, I was like really moping, and this was like doing that spiritual work where like I'm just learning my Bible much. And then as a result of that, I'm getting spiritual warfare. So there's spiritual warfare also on one side, And in the physical, there's no means of me filling up my cup. The only people that I'm really dealing with are like negative people. The monitoring spirits really had me, and like like this energy vampires, like people just wanna steal your energy basically. Excuse that, people like to they wanna be featured on my videos as well, so whatever. But yeah, so my means of connection is a social media, and because I like took a week without, it really took a toll on me. Um so I'm better now. I was able to notice it, or like before it got too out of hand. I finally yesterday um logged back in, and I just watched a video. Like I had neglected my mental health. That's also very important for me, like checking in on the mental health side. But I was just focused on the spiritual so much, going hard. And like when I'm into a thing, I go super hard. Maybe I get off balance, and then all those small things just started to add up. Like where I had now let myself go, and yeah, let myself go with regards to just like basic care. I wasn't doing enough for myself, and um, yeah. So I just say all that to say, like like it's important to check in with yourself, like on a daily, even if you journaling, that will help you. You're able to pick it up much sooner. And most of my writing, I love writing. Most of my writing work was like in research for the videos that I'm putting out. Basically, it wasn't like the inner work. So it's very important, like with that, like self checks, mental health checks, checking in. So yeah, and like when I get stressed or like get into this depression funk, and then I actually get sick. Like I find like I get these gum boils, and either way, it messes up with my immune system. But I'm so used of like covering it and still getting on with life. Like. But yeah, not gonna do that anymore. Not gonna do that anymore. So yeah. So I'm just also wanna say that like things in life come with the cost, like like my spiritual walk, it comes with the cost also, and like what I want for myself, like everything in life comes with the cost, because like I want peace, internal peace. Like I value it, I'm gonna protect it. So it had me cutting off lots of people, like, and even family, people that are like not getting me, not supporting me, people where I have to always shrink myself, and when I leave being in those spaces, and then I feel like something's wrong with me, not good enough, like people that steal my shine, like put me in the shade basically, or make me have me questioning myself. So it's had me cut off a lot of relationships, like even with family and what have you. Although I'm in a whole different like province to my family, so that doesn't help also. But yeah, so there is a loneliness epidemic that is now plaguing society, and it's really bad. And I know that from like some of the stats out there, it said that a lot of the men are actually, like most loneliest in our society. I did a video also on loneliness some a year or so back. Please check that one out also. So yeah, this loneliness epidemic is really bad, like, because as a human we made for connection, we crave connection and what have you, like contact. But I also thank God that on the one side I'm introverted, so I'm able to fill my time. I'm able to be like do the healing work in this alone time, but then also it's brought me to a place like where I take the time to know me, and I love my own company, like and then yeah, I don't know what I'm meaning to say, but yeah, I just really like lost myself. But I'm super grateful that I picked it up early, and like I'm super grateful that I picked it up early, because I got in a funk. And like most of the times, if I look back prior on my life, when I was when I fell into this depression, but then most of the times I was connected to toxic people. So just having me connected to them, I fell into the funk, and then they would constantly deplete me. They would now have a field day because I'm down. And it would, really mess me up till I get so sick. I have to now, like get to see a doctor. So I'm just so grateful that I was able to pick this up sooner before I really, like, because like when you ignore these things, your body fights out, and then it gets you sick, so that you can take a time out and like recalibrate, figure this out, get the healing work, like yeah, so those are some of the things that I learned from all this healing work that I'm doing. You know, there's a book on the story Your Body Keeps Score, like even from the childhood. That's why I always say it's so important to do the healing work, you know, like figure out like with the inner child, what is your situation? Because you know, like each family has family dynamics, and like each person in a family has a role that they play in order to help the family move like forward, move along. Like, and there's many roles. There's a golden child, there's a favorite child, there's the scapegoat where the family will throw all their sins and burdens, blame on that child. It will be the favorite child, you know, she'll be the trophy to parade to everyone, so that it gives the family a good image, you know, like they feel good about themselves. And this is just um family patterns, coping patterns to um avoid dealing with the main problems, the issues, you know, and going deep and doing that healing work. So they just cover it up. And then you find this also in society as well. Society is also like one very big family, and you have also these roles in a workspace, also all these dynamics come into place. So you find that you will play the same role, or society will treat you the same role. So if you were the favorite at family, then that's the role you play out, even in society, even in your work, your job, you know, like, and if you were scapegoat, as was the case for me, then you play this out in your family, and in society also wants to scapegoat you. And then that's why the healing is so important, because this really messes you up, because being in the scapegoat state, or the role I should say, is like when you deny yourself, you now have to carry the burdens and sins for everybody else. Like imagine like the whole society, they don't want to be accountable for their ways. They see you, and then they just projecting it all onto you, like you the bad one, you the bad one, you the joke, you know, like all their shortcomings they projected basically onto you. And that is some of what I am still currently experiencing in my society. And just grateful that I'm aware of it. I know the name of the problem, the name of the demon that I'm fighting, and I'm getting healing for myself in this regard. You know, like this was also some of the challenges at the workspace also, and yeah, because I had like narcissists there who you know, like turned the whole company against me basically, like everyone put all their blame on me kind of a situation, you know, like I just was like ostracized and just the worst. And those are some of the reasons why I also ended up resigning, leaving, well, getting out of that workplace, because I didn't resign, but yeah, getting out of that workspace because it was super toxic. And even when I tried to use the channels that were available, you know, like yeah, I was like blocked. So I'm not gonna get into that, but just wanted to touch a little bit on mental health with this one. How it's super important to be in touch with yourself, your feelings, your mental health, and then you can prevent. Because they always say prevention is better than cure. Then you must prevent things like landing in hospitals and what have you, what have you. Yeah, so I'm still currently not away from social media now, but I'm just doing less. I'm taking like my 1 or 2 days off. But then yeah, I think that's all I have to say for this one, and I hope it blesses you. And see you on the next one. Peace out. Bye.